Happy Sunday, 8th grade. Here's your week 3 assignments. You got some heavy lifting to do this week. We're going into density labs and the periodic table. We'll start with the first one, at-home density lab. You're going to answer each of the questions and record and label your answers in the at-home journal. Stop at density of a liquid. I do not want you to continue on where I'm about ready to show you. Okay? We're going to do density of a liquid. We're going to do all of them in the classroom, but density of a liquid we're going to do only in the classroom. So if you click on that first link, it's going to take you here. This is going to give you information of how to calculate mass using triple beam scales. Most, preferably all of you, should be familiar with this after what we did last week. And we're going to use this information. You're going to read through it. And here you got your problem 1. Problem 1, so you'll be labeling number 1 in your at-home journal for finding density. You're going to look at all this information. You're going to look at your picture of the triple beam scale. Okay? You're going to find out what the number is, and you're going to record it here. But look, it wants you to find out to the decimal point, to the 10th value. So your first number would be 70 plus 9 plus point whatever this is. So we're going to do this first one together. So we already know it's at 70. We already know it's at 79. So we're going to put in 79, but we know there's more, so we add that decimal point. Looking out here, you know these longer dashes in the middle represents 5 or half. And we know it's 1 less than that. So what's 1 less than 5? Very good, 0.4. So 79.4 grams is your first number. We're going to hit submit to make sure we're right. And look, it says correct. You typed 79.4. This is within the limit of error. Then you hit OK. Scrolling down. Look, there's problem 2. A block having the same dimensions is now put on the scale. What is the mass of the object? You're going to do the same thing. You got 20, and then you got 5, and then you got all these itsy bitsy numbers. You know it's 1 less, so figure it out. Put it in here, record it in your at-home journal, hit submit, find out if you're right. And then number 3 says, if both objects were put on the scale at the same time, that means both of the blocks were both on the scale at the same time, what would their total mass be? That sounds like a summative, which means you add. If you can't figure it out very easily, do not worry. Up here it says calculator. Click calculator and look what shows up. A calculator is available for you. So you go in your calculator and you type in your numbers, 79.4 plus whatever your second block number is going to be, and then you hit equal and you have a total of the 2 blocks, and then you record number 3 right there and in your at-home journal. Okay, and then once you do all that, please continue to the next chapter on volume. Click on that and it will take you to the next page where they're going to be discussing volume. Here you're going to do the same thing. You're going to look at the measurements to the 10th, nearest 10th of a centimeter. Put it right there. Do the same thing with the information here. Here's the calculator button. And then the next one, we're talking about water displacement. You can use this to calculate the amount of volume in an object. So you can subtract whatever this number is to this number, 150. So it'll be 150 before you put the block in there. And then when you put the block in there, the water displaces upwards the total amount of volume that the object takes up. So you got to find out what your intervals are. Here's 150, here's 200. So find out what each of these little intervals represent. Subtract, put your answer here. All right? This gives you practice of how to figure out all that. And then lastly, the chapter on density. So you click on this, and then your last page will show up, and it gives you all the information. You calculate this equation. So you want to find out what density is. The givens are mass and volume. Look right here, you got mass and volume. So you calculate mass over volume, 79.4 over 29.8. You're going to find out what all these informations are, and you're going to use the chart to find out what it is. Okay? This is where it says density of a liquid. You are not going on from here. You are stopping here. Okay? So, real quick, going to our next ones, you're going to do the density lab assessment. Just click on it, answer the questions, make sure you number and record your answers in your journal. We'll go over it on Friday. Periodic table states of matter, you're going to click on that. It's going to take you here. Okay? The questions on the homework are find 5 elements that are solid at the following temperature, 25, 80 degrees Celsius. So on the website, you can change the temperature and what happens to the elements under the different changes of temperature. As you saw in the last week's assignment, heat is the factor of changes of temperature. You're going to just move your little bar over to various different temperatures to find out what the different states of matter the periodic table elements will be under those different temperatures. So it's all color coded. These are solids, these are liquids, these are gases, these are we don't know. Okay? Don't worry about the we don't knows. Just worry about solid, liquid, gas. Right? And lastly, looking at your homework, there is periodic table fun facts. Find the 2 elements that are liquids in nature, and then choose 5 elements. So any 5 you want. Get the name of the element and the abbreviation of the element, state of matter naturally, and the atomic weight. So looking on this to get an idea, say I just pick osmium. So this is the atomic symbol or the abbreviation. This is the name. This is the state of matter. This is the atomic weight. Okay? Simple, simple. Alright, 8th grade, this is a really long screencast, but I expect all of you to do super well. One side note, some of you have forgotten to write the paragraphs at the end of the assignment. As you see under the example PDF, not only are you answering those questions, you're also to, if this ever shows up, you're also to write a paragraph describing what you learned in everyday life. So write a short 5-sentence paragraph of how you can use what you learned outside of school. So for this one, we would be talking about density, and we would be talking about the different elements. Now, I can think of like a million things, especially because many of these, as you could see, are elements that you are familiar with. For example, Ag, silver. So you would know what silver is, and you would know all the different states of matter of it, and you would know how old silver's been around to human civilization. This is just an example. So please do not forget to do the paragraph for the assignment. Okay. Sorry for the very long screencast. I just want to make sure everyone does it correctly, and I will talk to you guys later. All right. Bye.